Watchmen, and gosh darn it, what did I call this? The deconstruction of the hero and why we need Lone Star. Let me see if I can put this Lone Star right up against the Watchmen there. Watchmen, Lone Star, Watchmen, Lone Star. Watchmen was revolutionary. Indeed, Watchmen was a revolutionary. Let me see if DLive is working. I keep reposting my info into the DLive server, but over and over again, it does not want to post that I am live. Okay, anyways. In its day, Watchmen did start a revolution. Watchmen, Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight Returns, George R. R. Martin's Wild Card series. These were all part of a sea change in the comics industry and how people saw superheroes, right? Before superheroes were more or less. I mean, we had moments of humanity, but it wasn't so much that Watchmen and the other books humanized the heroes. It was that they made them terrible human beings. It's like even terrible human beings can have superpowers, right? George did Wild Storm. No, not Wild Storm. Wild Cards. Wild Cards. Did I say Wild Storm? What an idiot I am. There's another Watchmen. Yeah, there's a Watchmen HBO series coming out, and they just released the teaser trailer for it, which we will watch shortly once we get a few more than 14 people in here. Subversion does not equal good storytelling. Agreed. Let's see. Wow, that was weird. That popped up on my Restream IO before it popped up on my YouTube chat. Crazy. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to have a discussion about that today while I draw the next Lone Star commission. Well, not commission. Well, I guess technically it's an order from Lone Star Soul of the Soldier, doing these torso shots. So I have to do a couple of these, and then I can move on to other things. I do have other things to do. But if you do want one, then feel free to order one. And yes, as Dennis and Muerta did yesterday, you can, if you purchase one, request whatever you want on it. And they both requested that I put Angel from Lone Star on their cover. So this one is Muerta's. This one is Dennis Peruch's. Now, no fighting over them, boys. No fighting. Be nice. All right. And so we will be working on this today. A huge part of me is sick of Subversion, right? Hello, Sketch. Yes, Dennis, did you not get to see them well yesterday? Here. I don't know if that's... Here, let me straighten the camera out a little bit so you can see them straight on. I think they came out nice too. I am these are Elfgren poses, so I am going to put after Elfgren. But yeah, did you miss church today? Sketch, you always miss church. He left early. All right, well there they are, Dennis. There they are. You only get one of them though. Sorry. But yeah, it did make for a heck of a day yesterday on the campaign. So thank you, Dennis, and thank you, Marta, wherever you may be, you guys may be. Do you see all the FX in post SC38 Obi-Wan versus... I don't even know what that means. FX in post. SC-38, Obi-Wan versus Vader. What? You went for a walk church. I'll watch it later. Yeah. I went for it was crosswalk examinations. Sweet. Yeah, they do. I think they came out nice. Don't you just love her? She's so sweet. She's a good girl. She's crazy about Elvis, loves Jesus, and her boyfriend too. Yeah, who's her boyfriend? Lone Star. Those are nice. Where do I order those? Jordan, if you go down to the LoneStarComic.com, you go down the Indiegogo and check out the torso blank sketch cover. It's the Heart of the Hero. They're already printed. I'm not doing Soul of the Soldier sketch covers, guys. So you know, if you want sketch covers, it's got to be Heart of the Hero, first issue. So Heart of the Hero sketch covers. If you want torso or full figure, I did the full figure ones because I was drawing girls, so I gave them more. That should have been $400 each, but they were only $300 each. So, okay, if you want a full figure, I'll do that. If you're in here in this stream and we're talking, then just let me know what you want, and I can do that for you. Got a new contribution. Let's see. See, this is why I'm afraid to not be streaming and why I get so bloody exhausted during campaign. Campaign is so exhausting because I'm like, if I'm not on, I'm losing sales. I'm losing sales if I'm not on. And then ultimately I'm streaming nonstop and then I get completely exhausted, and that can't be good for anybody. Right? Am I right? Or am I right? Or am I right? Let's see. Full figure EVS if requested. Sure, why not? What's up for Kindle? Gosh darn it, why will this not go? Go! Maybe I have to be in the live events? Live stream now? Live events. She's a good girl. Loves her mama. Loves Jesus. And her boyfriend too. Alright, I'm going to put the link to the Lone Star Indiegogo up on... Alright. Support Lone Star here. HTTP LoneStarComic.com. Lone Star WATCHMEN DC Comics. Yeah, isn't that funny? DC Comics. Two of the DC Comics books, comic books are responsible for the I don't want to say the downfall, but the direction, the paradigm shift of the late 80s. Mid to late 80s that really turned comics quite dark. The deconstruction of the hero started at DC Comics, which is funny because it seems that Marvel has taken over that role, but comic books. I don't know, what other tags should I put in here? That's fine. Whatever. I know I should have lots of tags to keep people coming in as we're chatting. Chitting and chatting. Chit, chat. All right. Leafetian horror? What? All right, I feel like I missed some stuff. Yes, a joke. No EVS for me. Okay. Later, comic book. Bob. Watchmen looks horrible. Jesus was a hiker. It's the most amazing lightsaber fight I've ever seen. Sailor Moon loves Tuxedo Mask. Okay, now I'll draw Missandei. as a zombie with chains. Aww. Someone reimagined the Vader Obi-Wan fight in episode 4 with more action. Oh, that! Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, that looks good. That did look good. But a full figure EVS would sell great at his auction. I don't really have time. That's a good point. But I don't really have time right now to mess with ultimately doing things I don't have to do. I have so much stuff I have to do. And stuff every day, stuff gets left on the table that I have not finished. Like even today, I need to go over to my... I'll try to do it tomorrow. Just watch the Watchmen trailer. Oh, WTF. I know. We'll watch it in a second. Mike, what is the difference between $200 and $300 sketch cover tiers? P-Money, the $200 sketch cover tier is a bust only. That is shoulders up. It's a glorified headshot, you might call it. You know, chest up. And then a torso is waist up. But like I said, for the small window of us doing this stream, if you want a full figure for the price of the $300 sketch cover, I will abide. Mike, do you have model sheets for your characters? I do have my initial character drawing, yeah, but I don't use them anymore. The initial drawing I did, I put Lone Star in camo pants, and while that's great and all, drawing camouflage on pants every single time I draw pants is going to be a pain in the butt. So no Rorschach, no bueno, not this goofy Doomsday Clock pseudo Rorschach either. Yeah, he's not. No, me and Grey Worm are crying in the corner. I'll stop. Mike, hire me. I get things done. Yeah, but I have things I need to do, not just things that any old buddy can do. Headshot? No, not like the Dave Johnson headshot. Oh man, this coffee better start kicking in, I'll tell you what. Alright, who wants to watch this ridiculous Watchmen thing? You know, I'm just going to leave it small in the corner. I was going to blow it up, but let's just leave it small in the corner. Maybe I can blow it up a little bit. I just don't want it to, I don't want it to overtake my stream and have issues with, you know, YouTube. So let's watch, shall we?
You talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just the end of the world.
We are no one. We are everyone. And we are invisible. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.
We convinced ourselves that they were gone, but they were just hibernating.
Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.
They came for everybody. All police.
All right, I did not read Doomsday Clock. I don't know how many of you did, but if that's what this is based off of, then yeah, I mean, obviously, they can't just rehash the movie, right? So is that what this is all about? Not My Watchmen. What did Matthew say? Oh, Not My Watchmen, yeah.
Are we safe?
I guess we have ourselves a reckoning.
The one hope that this is going to be good, Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons. Does anybody know why the police all have yellow bandanas over their faces? That's very strange to me. They look like they have socks over their
What
faces.
are you two talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just the end of the world.
All right. Well, there's that then, isn't it? Let's just wish that this is why we need Lone Star. This is why we need Lone Star. This is why. Yeah, so, man, the deconstruction, where was that Cobra Commander? Reboot the movie, probably for the comedian. This is not Doomsday Clock. That was a trailer. It's a, they called it a teaser trailer. Where's my pencil? There it is. Whoopsie-doo. Whoopsie-doo. So yeah, let's talk about it. It's a series that actually makes more sense. Yeah, it's an HBO series. Because, I don't know why. But it's HBO, so there is a chance. You know, it may not end up being so much Watchmen, but it may end up being watchable, right? It is HBO. HBO does do some pretty good shows, so maybe much like Game of Thrones, if you can divorce the series from the source material, you can at least enjoy it, right? I don't think HBO is just gonna squirt some crap out the way some other companies do. Some other. I mean, some of the Netflix stuff. It's so upsetting because like some of the Netflix stuff is like just really good, and then you're like, well, Netflix is doing good stuff, and then you watch something else, and it's like, well, there's that. All right, HBO is usually good. Dumb and Dumber, gonna write for it. I don't think Dumb and Dumber are involved. D&D, but they are doing the Star Wars movies, and I'm imagining they're probably involved with the other Game of Thrones related projects, but hopefully not that involved. Maybe just, you know, executive producers or something. Of course, George was an executive producer, and look how far that got him. They just ignored what he wanted, so oh well. Let's see, who's Dumb and Dumber? Oh, it's sort of a joke, shorthand joke for the producers on the Game of Thrones. It's David and Dan, and so D&D, Dumb and Dumber. Right? Get it? Beavis and Butthead would be better writers than those Hollywood clowns. Does anyone from the CW get their hands on it, or is this run off typical DC's map? I have no idea. This is the first I've really heard of it. I think I may have heard a rumor about it a few months ago, but it's just totally LOL, watchable men. Yeah. B&B. Yeah, I guess we'll say, hey, guys, if you're in here, please do hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's see who else wants to come hang out and talk the deconstruction of the hero and why we need Lone Star. Why is it we need Lone Star? Because Lone Star is the return of the hero you can believe in. Hey everybody, what's up? Justin up here. Welcome to the Potty Pal. You know what? I was gonna do this like battle damage to Lone Star, but so P Money, were you gonna drop in and do the sketch or no? Yay or nay? Because if so, then like I said, it's the offer for the full figure is available only during this stream. I'm not gonna you know, it is what it is on the Indiegogo. Fantasy is going to need a Lone Star if you ask me. Alright. I really like Regina King. She's one of my favorite actresses. Who's Regina King? McLean? McLean? What? What are you talking about with McLean? Yeah, I could do a Cecil on one of these covers. It would probably do pretty well at auction. But I really don't have a crap ton of these books, so I don't want to just burn one. And unfortunately, they're not all in perfect shape either. So there's at some point I might like offer like the imperfect ones for, I don't know, sale or something. I don't know what to do with imperfect comics. I've got a bunch of imperfect cover Bs and some imperfect cover As and some imperfect Comics Gate Alliance. And I don't want to just certainly don't want to sell them for full price, but I don't know. Too much stuff to deal with. Too much to deal with. Reader copies, I should call them. Reader copies. Oh, you know what I could do? I could add those to the packages of to the Lone Star Soul of the Soldier for the Troops tiers, because I just want those to be read anyways. So I could add all my damaged imperfect copies to those and get them out there to the folks in the fields. That'd be nice. Die Hard 3. What about Die Hard 3? Got another contribution. Let's check that out. Scott picks up the Lone Star unsigned cover B. Right on, Scott. Thank you for helping out. Thank you for supporting the cause. Let's go see on the Indie GG 62 558 62 613. Very nice. Thank y'all. I appreciate it very much. I should turn my light on. Live free or die hard. Meme free or retard. El Gargoyle says, if you sent me my books, I would have pledged to Lone Star. El Gargoyle, if you haven't gotten your books, message me through Indiegogo. Have you not? I'm pretty sure I've responded to every single person who's messaged me through Indiegogo about missing books, except possibly one guy, and I just got his message today, and I haven't had time to deal with that just yet. Unless you're that one guy. Because everything has gone out except for people who ordered the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, because I have to print those other books too, and that is in process. She stars in Watchmen and was the voice of the brothers in Boondocks. Just sell as very fine to near mint price zone. Game of Thrones theory from El Gargoyle says, I did even forward you my receipts. Okay, you know what? Unless you're going to give me your actual name on screen, I can't look up who you are. So this is really not the place to have the discussion like, I didn't get my books. I'm trying to get everyone their books, as you can't tell. So this isn't really the place. Please just message me through Indiegogo. If anyone has not gotten their books, message me through Indiegogo. It's not really good TV to have the conversation here. Game of Thrones theory. George sees they will rewrite a terrible ending. He would hold back and gain the book sales from the readers, plus the watchers seeking a better ending. Only his part, but smart. Withheld. George dies before finishing the books. No offense to George. I think, from what I've heard, rumors, though they may be, Winds of Winter is done. He's just waiting for the actual HBO series to be over before he solicits it. That would be great. I wonder if they're taking pre-orders already. He's not Robert Jordan. He is not Robert Jordan. He is not. But he doesn't have a rare blood disease like Jordan did either, so. Does the early bird special come with the first Lone Star? No, it does not, Dragoon. It only comes with the second Lone Star books. Yeah, the only way to get the first Lone Star at this point is the Lone Star 1, issue 1 and 2 perk. So you can get it, but you do have to get a copy of issue 2 to get it, so. If that's one too many copies for you, then sell it. Finished and delivered to HBO are two different things. HBO have it? Doubt it. Oh, what, the book? No, I don't think he has the book at all. I mean, I don't think HBO has the books at all. Rest in peace, Jordan. I will someday read your books, the audio, because he's overly descriptive. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I didn't, man, he put me to sleep with all the descriptions. But I was thinking, I could probably sit here and just listen to the audiobook of the Wheel of Time stuff. And it would not be so mind-numbingly dull. Sorry, Jim. I call him Jim because I met him. Had dinner with him once and met up with him at a book signing for a chat another time. A different time. I should have got a picture with him, darn it. Things you don't think about. The last time I met him was at that book signing, and he was going to sign like all the pages I did for New Spring. So he gave me his address because he wasn't going to do it there. He's like, oh, just mail them to me. So he gave me his address. I wrote the address on the box. The box is in my closet behind me. And then, like, before I had a chance to mail it out, he sent out that message that, oh, he's dying of a rare blood disease. And I'm like, I mean, as in, I couldn't, there's no way I'm going to send a dying man stuff to sign. It's like, oh, here, quick, sign him before you die. No. So, yeah. It is what it is. He had hope for a while there. He was doing some treatments at the Mayo Clinic, and then it was looking better, and gone. That was sad. It was sad. Mike, draw Miss Andy as a jungle woman, like a female Tarzan. I don't have time to just draw random things. Tolkien is over descriptive. I know. I tried to read The Hobbit, and it was the same thing. I was like, come on, man. Get to a point. Have something happen. I don't need the grass described to me in such detail. You know. But hey, he did sort of start the whole genre, modern fantasy. Hey, Peter. Tinfoil hat is on, but I believe G.R.R. Martin knows the ending will be different in the books, so he's been waiting until the show's over for that reason. Boy, I hope that's the case, and I've actually mentioned that. I mean, he's had, let's see, the last book came out 6 years ago. Am I right? So possible that he has. Shoot, nope, I like that leg better the way it was. It is possible he has both books done. and or at least both books near enough to done that they could be both out like in the next year. That would be cool. That would be cool. I would love that. Martin told Benioff and Weiss his intended ending. Yes. Will EVS put Mormon values in Cyberfrog? I doubt it. They're painting pictures with words. Currently reading The Wheel of Time. I know. The problem is I tried to read Wheel of Time right after I had finished reading the first 3 books of A Song of Ice and Fire. And George knows how to capture the reader, probably due to his working in film and television. You got to get him early. You got to hook him in, and then they'll stick it out through the sloggy parts, because they, you've already set up a premise. You've already set up a promise of exciting storytelling and stuff. But if you're just gonna start a book with a slog, it's like so easy for people to just give up, and I did. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh shoot, no, it's 6 on the bottom, 7 on the top. Let me guess. The ending is that everyone dies. Entirely possible. Neither. It's just so someone knows. Someone knows. Someone knows. Yeah, like Malin is convinced that he lied to them, which would be probably something of a breach of contract. He may end up having to pay them a lot of money if he did lie, but I don't think he did. I don't think so. I think they just wanted to do their own thing, however they chose to do it. I don't know. I'm not a Mormon. Just thought there'd be magic underwear in Sister Wives. Aw. You be nice. I still don't get the whole magic underwear thing. I never looked into that part of Mormonism. I'm almost done with book 7. Only 7 more to go. What, Robert? You mean The Wheel of Time? Wheel of Time didn't go 14 books, did it? Did they really split up the last issue book into 3 more books? I know he split it into 2 more books. Did he split it into 3 more books? That's crazy talk. So yeah, what happened with Wheel of Time is when Robert Jordan passed away, they handed the book to another writer to complete. He was on his last book, and then that writer decided to, I don't know, milk the gig. I don't even know. Maybe it needed to be stretched out. I have no idea. But it went from 12 books to 13. 14. 12 books to 14. That's too funny. Too funny. 55 watching now. Me am imperfect comic. What? Brandon Sanderson. He's Mormon, like EVS too. Did he put Mormon stuff in there? Is there magic underwear in the Wheel of Time now? What's for Drawn and Quartered tonight? You're looking at it. We're doing Lone Star tonight. Ooh, what if I did Lone Star on one of these for my sketch? Oh. I could do that. I could do this. I could just leave this here and like pretend like I've been working on it and leave my camera all fuzzy and then just whip this out and be like, oh yeah. Lone Star. No magic underwear? Aw, man. Kind of wanted to do battle damage, but now I kind of don't. Jeez, I am just tired all of a sudden. What is up? How many covers do I need to draw? Right as it stands, I only need to do 2 of these. I did 2 other ones last night for Dennis and Muerta, so. Lone Star, Heart of the Hero. No, withheld. Why do you keep bringing that up? Oh, looks like I just paid Taco Bell using my debit card. I guess I know what's coming home for dinner. John Malin would be proud. Let's see if there's anything amiss on the tweeters. Thanks, Mike. Much obliged. What did I do? Oh, I just answered a question. Alright, never mind. Nothing happening in the Twitter sphere. So, any other ideas or questions or whatnot? Comments about the whole Watchmen thing? It does, it doesn't look fantastic, but, it's Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones. It's HBO. It's HBO. I'll probably give an episode a shot. Although they have done some crap shows. Or just like, what's that one about, like, the Rapture or some crap? I forget. That show was just dumb. I bailed on that one quick. Mike, they are trying to Mexicanize you. Don't let them. Huh? How so? Who would sing the Lone Star theme? Johnny Cash. Oh. Johnny Cash doesn't have a song called Lone Star, does he? That'd be great. In the Lone Star State. It's Johnny Cash in the Lone Star State. That woman looks like a hot mess. I've only seen a photo. Have they done... is there a trailer for a Catwoman? Or a Batwoman? Oh, you know what we have not discussed here? Here, let me check it out here. And I thought it looked really good. Let's check out the Spider-Man Far Away From Home.
The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is about to play, but if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, stop watching because there's some serious spoilers about.
Everywhere I go, I see his face.
Everywhere I go, something reminds me of
him. Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't want to bash on this, but that doesn't make any sense.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
I'm kidding.
I do want to say, was never a fan of the Iron Spider suit. Never been a fan of the Iron Spider suit. I don't know who else is with me on that, but I don't know. It just seemed like overly ridiculous. I'm not even talking about in the movies. I'm talking about in the comics too. So.
I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work because I am going on vacation.
Heads up. Nick
Yeah,
Fury's calling you.
That's real Spider.
I don't really want to talk to Nick
Answer
Fury.
the phone.
Why?
Because he's got shoulder pads. Did you notice that? The Iron Spider suit has shoulder pads.
So if you don't talk to him, then I have to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
What up, dorks?
What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco Polo's. Oh.
Okay. All of his friends are the same age. So none of Spider-Man's friends, none of Peter Parker's friends were snapped. Or no, all of his friends were snapped. So everyone... I wonder if just everyone in his high school was snapped. Because he should have gotten back and like MJ or his fat Filipino friend or this Iranian kid, whatever, you know, one of them should be like 21 years old now or something, right? Because 5 years later, but no, all of their friends got snapped and then suddenly they're all back in high school again. Well, I guess that's convenient.
I think MJ really likes me.
That reminds me when I first fell in love.
Okay, dude. You do not shoot a 250-pound kid in the neck with a tranq dart when he's like 15 years old and let him drop to the floor. I don't care if you're Nick Fury. You could kill that kid. You could seriously injure that kid's head or neck or something. But no. I'm Nick Fury. I don't care about nobody.
You're a very difficult person to contact,
Spider-Man.
Why is he aiming a gun at Spider-Man? He knows that Spider-Man can dodge anything. Why didn't Spider-Man sense the danger to his friend? Doesn't make any sense.
This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world?
Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap to our hole in our dimension.
You're saying...
Kind of know where this is going already. Oh, Mike the Bullet had a deployable pillow inside. All that would mess up the floorboards. I you know what? I actually like this trailer. I like the way this looks. I'm just being like super nitpicky, so take this all with a grain of salt. It's just little things that are pointing out to me. It's so obvious already. Just the fact that they're setting up Mysterio as an ally in the beginning. If I don't know, I guess this is the trouble you get into when you're so familiar with characters that you already know there's going to be a level of betrayal. It's not like, oh, I'm the Mysterio from an alternate dimension who's actually a good guy, right? You know, it's like he's here, he's pretending to be a good guy, but or he thinks he's a good guy, but he has his own motivations, which is probably to get back to his own universe or something. I don't know.
Saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do, and you're coming with us.
There's gotta be someone else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel?
Unavailable.
Therefore, Spider-Man? How about Thor? 1,500-year-old god of thunder. Off-world. Captain Marvel. Super powerful, whatever. Unavailable. How about... I don't know. Who else is there? How about Hulk? Yeah, he's still got a gammy right arm, which he shouldn't have had at all. Anyways. But how about an adult? How about an adult? Some adult. How about the Wasp? How about, even Ant-Man, for Pete's sake? It just seems a little silly that they're going to a 15, 16-year-old kid. Bucky. How about Bucky? How about Black Panther? How about Falcon? How about Scarlet Witch, the most powerful character in the Marvel Universe? How about someone who's old enough to vote or drink or serve in the armed forces? It seems a little silly. Adults don't exist in this universe.
But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch,
That's cool,
please.
though.
You've been to...
That is cool. I want to watch that again.
Bitch,
Not the part where he says the B word. Stealth suit. Spidey. But not Venom. That's cool. He looks like a super powered spy. I do dig that. Ninja Spidey.
bitch, please. You've been to space.
What do you want?
You've been to space. Therefore, you qualify to be... I still don't get it. He's a kid. He is a teenager in high school. Let him go to school. He's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. S.H.I.E.L.D. shouldn't be going to him for help.
Peter. I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ,
I'm Spider-Man.
I can't stand her. I can't stand her. She's got such a smug look. And I think it's just the character she's playing, because I've seen her in... I don't know what else I've seen her in. I've seen her in like stuff where she doesn't look like a smug... And she just reminds me of Cersei with that same smug look on her face that I want to punch. Not her, but Cersei. But, you know, yeah. Could you make one of those? Oh. Very, very annoying, Elijah.
No, of course I'm not.
Smug
I
look.
mean, it's kind of obvious.
Smug face.
You're right, you may not be ready, but this is my responsibility.
I gotta say, I had serious questions about how Mysterio was gonna look, and he does look cool. That is,
Doesn't Mysterio not have powers, though?
he's like a magician, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special effects artist.
She's the next actress to play Cersei.
Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
I just always feel like I'm putting my friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
You are not the next Iron Man. They have not built it up in this story that Peter Parker, who should be an Iron Man level scientific intellect, they have not built that up in the Spider-Man storyline like at all. In fact, they need his fat nerdy friend to help him figure out the spider suit in the first movie. Right? Or, oh wait, no. It's because he goes to the he goes to the nerdy school, the advanced placement school. So I guess everyone he's around is super nerds. Right? Right? So this is Mary Jane, because she sure don't act like MJ. No. She's MJ, but she's not Mary Jane. She's some... I don't remember what her name was, but it was some other name other than Mary Jane. So I'm not exactly sure why they're trying to confuse that particular issue. But yeah. They really have not built up this, because, you know, when Peter was in a normal high school and he was the super nerd, he stuck out as the super nerd. Now it seems like he's the dumb kid in the super nerd school. Michelle Jones, right? Is that right? Michelle Jones? Speculation is MJ is Nick Fury's daughter. Huh. Well, honestly, they could have picked... Oh, you know what? Maybe you'll discover that her middle name is Riri. and then she'll go be the next Iron Man. Whee!
You going to step up or not?
It's nice that they brought the Balrog.
I gotta get you guys out of here. Get on the jet. Who are you? I work with Spider-Man.
You work for Spider-Man?
I work with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. New plan.
I do like that part. I did like that part. Actually, like I said, I liked the preview. I want to see this movie. But there are a lot of things that I can nitpick, and I just did. So, would Nick use his daughter as a honeypot? Of course he would. Nick's this is a guy who's been lying about how he lost his eye his entire life. Or at least since the 90s. Looks good. Gonna go see it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see it. She would be a good Riri, wouldn't it? Wouldn't she though? In fact, the school he comes from, since it is the super uber nerd school that he's apparently the dumbest kid from, that's a great breeding ground for villains of the future. I forgot to. I was gonna blow up the screen and I totally forgot to. So you guys get to watch that in miniature. I love Favreau. I don't love him. I like him. Mike, it's society now. PC culture actually believes men and women are the same now. I'm bitter. Bitter, butter, bitter, Peter Pucker. Peter Pucker. Picked a peck. Hey, Daniel just picked up Lone Star for the troops. Thank you, Daniel. That is, again, my favorite. My favorite is when people get Lone Star for the troops. Let's see. 335, 419, and 357 was the earliest one before that. So that should have locked in already. So you guys know, Lone Star 2, and for those who have heard this ad nauseum, I do apologize. But always be closing. Always be closing. Put that coffee down. Coffee is for closes. I apologize to anyone who's wearing headphones. Oh yeah, the Lone Star for the Troops tier. So with Lone Star for the Troops, you can get not only all 4 covers, the color covers, signed by itself, a $100 value. You get no shipping costs added to that, and at least 10 copies of Lone Star will be shipped to the troops at an APO somewhere around the world. I'll probably send some to some VAs as well, because I did that last time, and I'd like those folks to get issue 2 as well. So it is really a fantastic deal. It's like you're doing charity for the troops, but you're not paying anything additional, and you're getting a discount on shipping. It's the best of all possible worlds. So please, if you're going to get something, if you're thinking about getting more than one cover, and just go ahead and grab Lone Star for the Troops. And if you don't want the other 2 covers, say you love John Malin's cover, you love Ethan Van Sciver's cover, and you just hate both of my covers, then just sell them after you get it. Please do support the troops. So Peter Mike says it is a really good deal. Support the troops. Sketch says for the troops tier, probably tax deductible. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a charity. I'm just sending stuff to the troops. I don't even think that's a tax deductible. I don't know. I haven't looked into that part at all. So Perkino says, if you missed out on cover A and were not able to purchase cover B before the time was up, remember you can still get all of the covers if you back Lone Star for the Troops tier for only $100. $100, people. And just so you guys know, some of the lower, like the Confiscate Alliance tier, I've been selling that alone for $100 offline, off So if you guys want one of these covers, or more of one of these covers, may be worth $100 all by its little lonesome after this campaign is closed and all the books are shipped. So it could be your best possible investment as well. No guarantees. This is not a suggestion of financial literacy or blah, 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 whatever they're supposed to say. So I'm not giving you financial advice. The fat Filipino in Spider-Man, unbelievable, is Ned Leeds. I don't know. What's your point? You mean he doesn't have a Filipino sounding name? Is he Filipino? He looks Filipino. He looks Pacific Islander. I don't know what, but then again, he could look Mexican. He just looks like some sort of a mongoloid, like me. Ask your local CPA. Yeah, I'll ask my CPA. I do have one of them. And just remember, everybody, today is the last final day. We're within the last 20 hours where you can get the Lone Star John Malin cover. Look at this beautiful, beautiful cover. And if all you want is the John Malin beautiful, beautiful cover, then you've got about 20 hours left. And after that, bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, back to drawing. Did Mommy get everybody food? He can't hear me. He can't hear me. I'll be back in a shake of a lamb's tail. Is that the right way to say it? Yeah, I'll be right back. Oh, I mean buyers ask CPA before claiming it, but yeah, check too. It's a good angle. I don't think buyers... No, I'd have to be a 501c3 or something like that in order for them to claim it's a charitable donation. They're buying something, and then because they're buying it, it's I'll be using half that money to purchase at cost. So I'm I don't know. I don't think it's something you could probably deduct, though. I wonder if there's some way. I should talk to my CPA and see if there's some way I could set that up so people could deduct it. That'd be great. Yeah, we're doing Taco Bell. I know this is terrible TV. It's all part of the life, man. Fury can manipulate Parker. That's why Spider-Man... What? So they made a movie about Tolkien. That's not nice comic book journeys. Malin's cover doesn't look like he's going out for pizza. Malin's cover's great. Oh no, this is a Doritos taco. I don't want Doritos taco. Ugh. I just want regular tacos, man. Is that so much to ask? Yeah, I'm gonna give Art T Bear the runs through the computer just by. Thank you, Lord, for this food. Bless it to my body too. Jesus' name, pray. Amen. Never get cute with taxable income. Yeah. I think I'm getting them all. Have to work out a deal though. Well, Sketch, you got the other deal. Yeah, you got the First Brigade deal, right? You got the link to that. You're not charging shipping to CDN for troops tier? Oh, is that Canada? What is CDN? You think I should make this a food channel? I could. I love cooking. I love food. This is the second stream I've eaten on today. It's Mexican. Well, this isn't really Mexican food. This is Mexican-inspired food. Well, Downshift, I guess I will just eat the shipping, because I'd rather you guys get those for the troops tier than me have to mess around with trying to charge shipping for Canada. It'll just be, if a little bit less. It probably won't be. I'll just eat it. I don't care. Remember, I ended up printing over and above by around 400 comics for the first one. We got about 2,600 orders, maybe a little bit more, and I rounded up the print run to 3,000. So, because I just wanted to round it up and get more books to the troops. So if I'm gonna eat a little bit of shipping to Canada on a $100 order, I don't mind. Don't worry about that, guys. I'm doing this one for the troops, not for me. Mike is eating a Mexican. No, I'm eating a Mexican-inspired. You have to check if that happens with the other side of the pawn customers, too. Yeah. Yeah. That might be an issue. Lone Star, clogged heart of the hero. I would prefer Mysterio be an illusionist stuntman, not a superpower dude. But don't you understand? Mysterio is from another dimension. He's from another dimension. So in this dimension, being a superpowered stuntman, an illusionist stuntman means being superpowered. That's because Canada doesn't have any troops. Darn it. I need a good napkin. Did you bring any napkins in here?
Huh?
Napkin. Alright, I'll just go wash my hands after. Any chance of doing a Lone Star book with him in a Golden Age suit? I think that suit is rad. Golden Age. Oh! No spoilers. I'm not going to say. No, I'm not trying to antagonize John Malin into a jealous fit. You have to check if that happened. Oh, yeah. Mike's philosophy on shipping is the same as his food choices. Well, whatever. I'm not going to nitpick when it comes to supporting the troops. That's the bottom line. Mysterious is lying that he's from another dimension. Spoilers. Is that true? It could be true. Hopefully it's not more of that, oh, I got all my tech from the The alien invasion from the first Avengers movie. Better check it with the UK or France. Romania is kind of another planet in that regard. Well, last time around, my international shipments were about 15% of the total. Maybe people in Romania aren't going to want to support the American troops, so there you have that. Alrighty, daddy. I'm gonna go grab a water. I'll be right back. Well, you're not sleeping there. What time is it? 4:39? Oof. Oof. How people just stay here while I'm in the other room washing my hands and doing things? Water or wolf milk? Alright. I was saying it not because the troops, but because, as far as I know, the mail system in Romania is yet pretty inefficient due to being a former communist satellite state. Romania. Yeah, I shall have to talk to V about that. I shall talk to V. I don't need this hot sauce. Do some origami with the wrapper. If you are in fact part Japanese, I'll be fine. It's a dirty, dirty wrapper. Aqua Mike to the rescue. Aqua Mike. Let's see. Water or wolf milk or the tax collector. So, anyways, kick V. Hashtag kick V. Yeah, the trailer has already been watched, John Chidester. We don't want to see that again. It did not look great, but I'm willing to at least give the first episode a shot. But I don't know. It seems like maybe the comics industry... Well, no. I was going to say, and you guys tell me if I'm way off the base here, that maybe the movie comics industry is following the same pitfalls that we followed in the 80s, late 80s, with the deconstruction of the hero now. Although I know we've been kind of doing that for a while, but Watchmen just kind of put a fine point on it. You know, we have our heroes, and now that we have heroes we can look up to, we start tearing them down. Tear them down. Just like the Marxists want to tear down the heroes of a culture, we can do it to ourselves in the comic book industry. Isn't that sad? That's like one of the things about Marxism is the tearing down of the heroes of your target culture, right? Tearing down statues. Sound familiar, guys? Tearing down statues. Saying that everyone who helped build this country was an evil, nasty slave trader or slave owner or slave this or slave that. Never mind that every freaking culture on the planet had slavery, and at the time, and now we're doing it to ourselves in the comic book industry and in the movies and on TV. We cannot have our heroes. You are off base, but maybe not on this one. Who is supposed to be competing on D&Q tonight? I know that Matt Weldon is going to be there. I know that Gary Shipman is going to be there. Let's see, who else confirmed? Eric Nienoltowski is going to be there. They're all going to try to take me out in my own home, on my own playing field. Drawn and quartered. Checking. Eric, Matt, Gary. Huerta might be coming in late, like at 8 o'clock. Let me see any other confirms. Kyung. Kyung Lee coming, I believe. So, other than that, I am not certain. All right. No one likes V. How can you say no one likes V? Don't say that about V. Okay. EVS threw away life-size Fabio I sent him. I'm devastated. I know. I heard about that. I was watching that stream before it got all glitchy or whatever. Can you believe he threw out Fabio? How dare he? How dare he? What kind of a man? What kind of a man throws out Fabio? Sorry, I never said you didn't like V. I apologize if I gave the impression, didn't you? Because it wasn't at you, just in general saying, wait, get off what? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. What is the theme of D&Q? Lone Star, man. Lone Star. We're doing Lone Star tonight. We are hard in the paint. I don't even know if that's applicable. Gonna do some Lone Star, Heart of the Hero. And yeah, because we are, tomorrow is the 2-week point, halfway through the at least the initial. I'll have to decide whether or not I want to press the campaign further beyond the 2-week point. there may not be a need to, but we'll see. Y'all will see soon. Well, not soon, 2 weeks. I guess that's soon enough. Lone Star, how do you... Mike, you have disqualified yourself for my vote because it's just unfair. Whatever. So you're saying that I should not compete? Just because I've drawn him more than anybody else doesn't mean I can draw him better than anybody else, right? Did you guys see the Kanan trading card? Kanan does a pretty freaking sick Lone Star, man. And the Matt Weldon piece. Oh, maybe I haven't shown. Did I show them out? Yeah, I did. I showed it on Twitter. I will probably use that as a trading card too. Actually, any good pieces from tonight, I'm gonna try to use as trading cards in different stretch goals. Like I said, I want to do a whole pack of trading cards. That would be sick. That would be sick. How many properties do you currently have planned for the actual Blacklist universe? Currently planned or in some stage of development? That's two different questions. In some stage of development, I have maybe 3. Planned, though. Planned. A few more. Alright. How do you choose the guests in Drawn and Quartered? I mean, not the pros or the regulars. I just do. I know people. I invite them to my house. Oh, that's right. We were gonna invite that Star Wars girl tonight. I should talk to Malin because I'm not friends with her. Next week on Drawn and Quarterly, characters from John Malin's Graveyard Shift. I think the on-screen chat is stuck. Is it? Let me go. No. Actual Blacklist universe that don't care about E-drama, care about who's supposed to be. Huh. Alright. I shall reboot it. You should have a Star Wars Drawn and Quartered, then have the auction on Star Wars Girl channel. That's not a bad idea at all. Of course, I'm not sure if she's game to that. Like I said, man, she's I don't even know her, so. It's like, hey, you want to do something on your channel? You guys, our channels are like, you know, our home. You don't just invite yourself to other people's houses. It's not polite. I see a bad moon rising. She has 80,000 plus subscribers. Good number for auction prices. That's true. TikTok, 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 TikTok. Invite her first to Friday auctions as a guest. Yes. Drawing quarters 10 o'clock Eastern time. Correct. Yes. I see the trouble on the way. I see hurricanes and lightning. Go out tonight. Oh, we will ask for you then. Oh, all right. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Wayne Gretzky. I'm not taking a shot. I'm not. What? No, that's not how it works, guys. That's not how it works. It's etiquette. Etiquette. Don't go out tonight. It's bound to take your life. I'm looking forward to seeing how other people draw Lone Star, because that's one thing. I love seeing other people's takes on my character designs. Like, one of the highlights of my entire career was seeing when Alan Davis drew my X-Man character design. That was so cool. Love Alan Davis. Don't go out tonight. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Will there be a Bizarro Lone Star with a pentagram on his helmet? No, no, there will not be. They are all going to draw Lone Star with Malin's Lone Star face style. What? Don't go out tonight. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. What do you guys think so far? I don't want to talk about Star Wars Girl anymore, guys. Thank you very much. Godsword and Atomic Family are the two next on the docket. Yes, they are indeed. Which will come first? I don't know. That depends on what happens in the next few months, actually. It all depends. And some of that depends on how well Lone Star does. Daddy? Yeah. Am I ready for what? You don't know? Are you ready for nothing? I'm certainly ready for nothing. Bring it on. If Kyung does for DQ, I won't complain. What? Gender swapping Lone Star, fury of the feminist. Gotta say, Gary Shipman art rocks. Am I ready? Are you ready? I know. Daddy, are you ready? For what? I don't know. Definitely ready for not knowing. For whatever I don't know, I am ready. All right, who wants to take a look and see if we've made any movement on Soul of the Soldier in the last half an hour? 7:43. No, nothing. No movement at all. I can't get here pitching the same thing over and over again. Well, I guess I could, but I think that would get kind of grating. Why don't we talk about Lone Star, guys? What do you guys like best about Lone Star, those who have read the first issue? And then what do you like least about it? Give me some creative and constructive criticism. Who were your favorite comic artists? Your style based on any? Growing up, my favorites were John Byrne and Paul Smith. Those are my two top guys. I loved Walt Simonson, but I didn't want to draw like him. And who else? I really liked George Perez, but I didn't want to draw like him either. Yeah, there's a difference between enjoying somebody's art and being like, oh man, I want to draw like that guy. Yeah, I guess when I was younger, those were my guys. As I got older, I had to... I really liked Joe Mad's art for a while. Travis Charest. Jim Lee. I liked Jim Lee's art for a good long time. Silvestri was dope. Who else? Yes, even Dave Johnson. P Money said the scene of praying with some guys joining in and others annoyed was my favorite part. Will there be any Lone Star cereal box art? Only if Gary's here. I only like it when he talks politics. Lady Star, Heart of the Heroine. Who are your favorite comic artists? I already answered that. Conversions. He's not gay, Juan Soto says. I don't even know what you're talking about. Milgram wasn't good, but I enjoyed it anyways. I couldn't stand. He was like my least favorite anything. Al Milgram could destroy anyone's art. It killed me. I haven't read it, John Chidester says, but I like that it is going to be held up by Indiegogo. If past experiences have anything to say, because there is a swastika on the cover, even though it is a bad guy. Held up? What do you mean held up? Nah, they're done. They're fine. Peter Mike, my criticism would be the same as John's. Would like to see Lone Star with some kind of facial hair. Maybe not a full-grown beard. Maybe like 5 days without shaving. Nah, I'm good. Maybe at some point in a story, but in general, he likes to stay clean-shaven. Derek says, Lone Star is my favorite story out of the Comicsgate books I have so far. However, I didn't find Heart of the Hero as visually interesting as Graveyard Shift. Hey, Mike, where's the link? Is there a... something I didn't put the link on again? Well, if you like John's art more interestingly than mine, then I'll pop more power to you. John ascribes to some different storytelling techniques than I do, so art is in the eye of the beholder, and I can't tell you to like mine better. What the heck? Why does it say where's the link? Yeah. With what? And you're taking my phone? Eden's at Starbucks. Doing her homework. Why don't you stop there on your way and ask, first of all, if she has her cell phone. Did you take her cell phone? No? Alright, so she should have it. Ask how long she's going to be there, and if she needs you to pick her up on the way back, because it might be dark.
Oh, I won't be back.
Oh, well, just tell her to call me when she needs a ride back then.
You need to turn up the ringer because it's not working.
And you're taking my phone. Ah, jeez, I'm going to be in the middle of drawing and quartered. Well,
are you on right now?
I am on right now. Okay.
I'll call
Do
her.
that. Alright. Yeesh. Oh, where's the link? Okay, we're not trying to figure out what's going on. Alright. Sorry, ladies and gents. I had a little domestic conversation to have. Alright, I loved how John Byrne drew Black Goliath in the original Champions issue. Oh, gosh, I don't think I got Byrne's Champion stuff. I started collecting in 82, 83, I think. No, was it that late? No, let's see. Yeah, like third grade, so I think it was 82, 83. I loved how, let's see, Lone Star #1 story is great. Are the rest of the squadron returning? Otherwise, too much attention paid to them. Hope we see Lone Star in costume more often. Yes, the rest of the unknown soldiers will be returning. I love Charest. I wish he would make a real sketchbook, though. Sketch says, if God said, my son, I will bless your hand to draw like any comic book artist you want, I'd pick Ethan, then Silvestri, then Malin, of course. Ahead of you, but just to troll you. Wah, wah. Ben Ponchetti, he was the worst, Mike, but I bought WCA just to see how worse it could get. WCA? Sorry, that conversation was like 5 minutes ago. I already forgot it. What were we talking about? Perth says, the little vampire girl in Lone Star #1 got killed by a gun. Can vampires be killed by a regular bullet through the heart? Did you pay closer attention? If you'll turn with me to page... whatever this is. Do not rely on your powers. You never know which of them may be immune. You remember what happened to Stalker. Oh, I guess I didn't spell it out. So they've been developing that particular guy, Dr. Livingston, has been developing anti-monster weaponry for a long time. So it's not just regular bullets. I could have just said it's not just regular bullets, but I thought I might have put something in there, but apparently I didn't. I think you have the best Crow-Quill line detail in comics. Well, thank you, Comic Book Journeys. How did you decide to do the Comicsgate crossover? By the way, my Comicsgate cover coming with my Meg Cyber Monday comics can't get in my hands fast enough. Sorry, P-Money. I know. I'll get it to you. I decided because I was listening to Richard talking to Ethan on one of their little powwow streams, and Richard was talking about how what he loved about Image was how they would all just loan each other their characters to do these crossovers, and he loved the crossovers. I'm like, yeah, that was freaking rad. So I hit Richard up like I think the next day, and I was like, hey, do you want to do a crossover? And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. He's like, I just need to see the script, and if it's he needs to make sure the characters aren't bastardized in my version of my writing of them. And so I sent him my little quick pitch of the story, and he liked it. So I was working on the story last night, off camera, obviously, because no spoilers. It's going to be a fun story. It's actually going to tie into... Oh, yeah, and then I talked to Malin about it. About adding Graveyard Shift, and then he talked to Mark, and then yeah, that's it. He said as long as it's not its own campaign, then if you add it to another campaign, then that's fine. He didn't want it to be just like its own campaign. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good with that. How about that? Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's how many stripes are on a flag, ladies and gentlemen. Why are you so attached to the idea of Lone Star being perfectly shaved all the time? Maybe it's a meme by now, but I have no idea, LOL. Some people like to be clean shaven. I don't know why that's a problem for you. Alright? Remember in Planet of the Apes where Taylor says what is the female ape, not Cornelius's Lyra? Something like that. And she says, you just look so much more intelligent when you had a beard or whatever. He says, in where I come from, only kids have beards. Kids, as in his age. Oh, no. It was Cornelius's... It was like their little nephew dude asked, I think. Only kids your age have beards. Alright. Al Milgram, great storyteller, always on time, great fill-in artist during crunch time, terrible renderer. All I ever saw him do was destroy other people's artwork, man. That's all I ever saw. and therefore I would avoid anything with his name on it. Like he did Wolverine and Kitty Pryde, right? Oh man, I hated it. Hated it. And I grant you, he was probably one of the guys like me who was just put on hard deadline stuff because he probably had a reputation for pulling people's butts out of the fire. But hey, all I can judge is what ended up on the shelves. I can't judge the process or the time allotted, and I'm sure you can say the exact same thing about a lot of the stuff that I did, particularly that issue of X-Force where I squirted out the last 11 pages in 48 hours. I understand. But when the majority of the stuff I saw from him was that level, well, you phone it in for a paycheck, or you consider this something you truly, truly love to do. And I just feel like he's spoiled. He phoned in a lot, so. Is there anywhere a full American comic museum somewhere? I don't know. What's up, Zeno? Traffic is just marvelous in California around 5 p.m. True. Depends on what direction you're going. Traffic in San Diego is unidirectional. At rush hour in the afternoon, it's either jammed going south and east, and north away from downtown. So, yeah, south on the 5. Everyone trying to get back to Mexico because they work in America, and then they have, they go down to Mexico and pay $400 for rent. Or they're heading back to LA or North County, or they're heading back to East County. The jobs are in the expensive part of San Diego, and then people live in the cheaper parts of San Diego. So that's the way that's the way the cookie crumbles. West Coast Avengers, Al Milgram. Yeah, that's why I didn't buy West Coast Avengers. Spoilers, LOL. Has Alan Moore hated it yet? I don't know. You can really see the quality of the pages just by the reflection. Huh? I love Mike's inks. I was just kidding. I'm just like Robotics Guy, and then even this. What was the first Comicsgate crowdfunding book you purchased? It's a good question. Gosh, I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. It was not Cyberfrog. I didn't purchase Cyberfrog until this one, but that's because, I wasn't in a great financial spot when the first 2 campaigns were going. If you guys remember the whole Doug TenNapel thing. Let's not rehash that. So, It may have been black and white, actually. It may have been black and white. But I did get Bigfoot Bill. Yeah. I got some other stuff. None of it's been delivered yet. Oh, wait, no. That one... Where is it? I got that one. They got shipped to me in a plastic bag. But Zira. Thank you, Comic Book Journeys. Will Malin draw the correct number of stripes on his Lone Star? I don't know. They are the correct number on the cover. He put the correct number of stripes on the flag on the cover, unlike in Graveyard Shift, which nobody gave him crap for. I don't know why they decided to give me crap. Maybe because my book was just so perfect that was the only thing they could find wrong with it. I'm gonna stick with that story. Actually, did anyone even give Malin crap for anything in Graveyard Shift? Any of the SJW blowhards attack him for anything on Graveyard Shift? I don't remember. You guys probably remember better than I do. They have more than one chin. They like to hide them with neck beards. Lone Star is clean cut. He would identify with the older generation where men were all cleanly shaved. That is correct. I actually always have a beard. 5 o'clock shadow. Ugh. I guess military regulations. True. Lone Star, reign of the rugged. Peter says, I was actually thinking about my grandpa and how in his generation, long anything would be considered signs of a dirty person. My father kind of had this notion too. Yeah, my dad was almost always clean shaven. His father as well. Would Lone Star be Mr. What's-His-Face or Captain something or other? What? I used to always grow a beard for winter. Next to mind, heart, and soul. Next to mind, heart, mind, and soul. Next has to be mind. Heart, mind, and soul. Yeah, next is mind. Yay, work just ended. Congratulations. People who grew up during the Depression, it was a sign of self-respect. Men shaved. They didn't forget that even when times were hard. There is no cheap part of San Diego. I miss Mesa Grande, Ben Panchetti says. There is comparatively cheap parts of San Diego. Living out where I do is not as expensive as living in Mission Hills, right? Or University Heights, or anything centrally located. All the centrally located stuff. Or how about La Jolla? Right? But yeah, I live out someplace where you can still get a 2-bedroom apartment here for like, I don't know, $1,400 a month. Out where I live, anyways. I'll have to go visit you, find a good sushi place, or we could use your employee discount at Benihana's. First CGI book I bought was Lone Star. Thank you, Zen of the Stoic. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Can Lone Star get drunk, or is he like Cap? Captain America can't get drunk? I don't remember that being part of his story. You know, that's not something I've even considered. He wouldn't get drunk. He does drink, but well, I'd say if he does get drunk, he would just get maybe a little tipsy, not like 6 sheets to the wind, however you say that. He wouldn't get blotto drunk. The CF and then Bigfoot Bill. Cyberfrog, then Bigfoot Bill. I kind of agree in part because I am a grandson and a son of who I am, but the same can't be fully agreed. Iron Sights was my first. A friend of mine once told me he didn't want to go to Mexico anymore because the obese policeman was at the door. He was especially surprised when he grabbed him by the collar and made him pay $1 to pass. Jeez. I received Stardust first. I received Stardust first too, but I didn't pay for that. Nasser just asked me for my mailing address and sent me one. How much are those going for on eBay? I might be able to make some money off of Nasser's generosity. My first was Cyberfrog Blood Honey, 3rd round. There you go. That's right. The Meg, Six Gun Samurai, and Deal with the Devil are still available. Will you start introducing expanded universe characters in this issue of Lone Star? What's the next comic series you have in mind for Blacklist? There will be a character that doesn't... Okay, there will be a second character. There's already one character that you guys don't understand in the story. But there will be a second character that shows up in the story, and you guys will be like, what the heck is that? And that character will tie into another story. Another book. You know, that's kind of the way I want to build this universe out, is by laying the seeds of different characters and different stories and whatnot from one project to the other, so that no, you don't necessarily have to buy them all, but having them all gives you a better sense of you know, first appearances and all that kind of fun stuff that we used to care about in comics. You know, this took place back in Amazing Spider-Man number 321. And then you're like, oh man, I gotta go find Amazing Spider-Man number 321. But then here you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I already have that book because I collect everything Blacklist universe. That's the way comics used to be. For me, anyways. For me. Do. Big kick butt logger farmer type, stuffs and nails wearing band. I don't like Graveyard Shift's art style. A shame, because probably it is a great story. Okay. You just came on here to bash on Malin. They gave John crap for drawing hands, both in Jawbreakers and Graveyard Shift. For drawing hands. Oh, the bony hand dude? Psh, so dumb. Can you imagine any of those people being at all critical of just what comes out of Marvel and DC today? Because they're not. They're just critical of us. And on such petty, trivial, and oftentimes incorrect things, you know? They are petty. I give them a hard time about grammar and lack of proofreading. Mail out on one panel where they were sharpening a stone spear with an angle grinder. Oh, yeah. I gave him crap for that, though. That was me. And I gave him crap to his face. I mean everyone else. We're allowed to razz each other. That's part of the gig. That's what boys do. Boys will be boys, you know. Boys will be boys. And we will razz each other. Oh, man. Alright. Mike, would you consider designing a Lone Star Thin Blue flag version? Darn it. I am way behind on the chat, aren't I? Oh wait, am I not? What the heck is happening? Oh. Ugh. I wish this chat was easier to freaking work with. Outfit like the US flag version. I mean, that's not much of a redesign. I know the reverse flag patch is US issue, but the fact it is backwards bugs me. Well, sorry. It is what it is. That's flag forward, baby. I love that people who didn't know any better were trying to use that as a criticism. He drew the flag backwards on his shoulder. It's like, yeah, what are you gonna really criticize me about that just to show your ignorance? Not you. I'm talking about the SJW whiny crybabies. Sketch can get a 2-story, 4-bedroom in a gated community for $1,000 or $1,200. You can have a pool. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of places you can live much cheaper than you can in California and San Diego. But none of them will have our weather. Not a one. The only place on Earth that has has San Diego's weather is Israel. Can you imagine those people living on the Gaza Strip have the best weather of the 2 places on Earth with the best weather? The Gaza Strip and San Diego. And they use it as a terrorist staging ground instead of, making money as a tourist attraction, as a tourist destination. Whatever, guys, whatever. It's, man. Why don't the Saudis just go in there and be like, hey, can we just buy this land from you? We'll give you guys we'll give everybody here a mansion in Saudi Arabia somewhere. Just let us have the Gaza Strip because it's ideal to be the vacation destination spot for everyone in the Middle East and probably a lot of people in Europe. But no. This is instead they want to launch rockets out of there. Alright, good thinking, guys. Good thinking. Good planning. Not drunk. No long hair. No Sasquatch. Would Lone Star be capable of leading the Avengers or other group of supers, Thor and Hulk level characters? Yeah, leadership isn't about how strong you are. Not. I mean, anyways, depending on who's writing it, he's as strong as Captain America. But that's not what makes a leader. The Hulk is never the leader. All right. No matter, even if he's Bruce Banner, he's never the leader. It's just not. It's not a quality that he's got. But yeah, Lone Star does have that leadership quality. That's why he's the leader of the Unknown Soldiers. He is indeed, and deservedly so. Oh, let me turn that ringer on so I know if my daughter calls. Ugh. Such an annoying sound. $3,000 square foot, 6 acres, fully stocked pond, and the payments are only $1,100 a month. Dang, dude, my freaking mortgage is $3,000. I know you guys don't have to try to convince me about how bad it is here, but it's the weather. Did I used to draw for Black Label Skateboards? I did indeed. In fact, I still have several of those original art for some of the cranium designs. I think I have some of the Alive series. Trying to remember what else I have. Some stuff like that. Why do you ask, Uber Austin? Stars on a flag always face forward when the stripes flying back. That's why the flag is different depending on different shoulders. Right. It's called flag forward. You can't sell Nasser's book. It sticks with you for life like herpes. Yeah, Perkindo, dude. I raked Nasser over the coals after he sent it to me. Trying to teach him to be a better writer.
You taught him how to
He
better not advice listening.
Yeah, he pretends like he listens. Or maybe he pretends like he doesn't listen and then he does listen. I don't know. It's hard to determine. Do 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 do. All right. I want Thanos to show up in Westeros with the Infinity Gauntlet and then snap. But who would he snap? He'd be old Snappy, Mr. Snappy Pants. Snape. Snaped him right in the medulla. In the old days, there was no reason to snape anybody. P-Money has Bible study. All right, brother, take it easy. I have an idea, Mike. Lone Star with an outfit based on the flag of Texas. He's got a Texas flag on his left arm. My hurricanes are not as bad as your earthquakes. Your hurricanes are like every year and multiple times a year, right? Our earthquakes are like nothing. We get a major earthquake once every... I don't know, man. I mean, here we haven't had any major earthquakes in San Diego for a while. I mean, nothing that would even cause any damage to anything. We had one down in Imperial Valley. What was that? 4 or 5 years ago?
That's why I have a fear of earthquakes.
That's why you have a fear of earthquakes? Yeah, we were outside at my wife's cousin's house. And, gosh, it was more than 5 years ago, huh? Mm-hmm. And, man, the pool was just sloshing. It was like if you just took a bowl of water and you're just like moving it back and forth and water's just splashing up. That's what the pool looked like. It was crazy. We were outside swimming at the time. Probably about a foot, maybe 2 feet's worth of water like splashed out of the pool. That was funny. It was, because nobody got hurt. Well, maybe some people got hurt in Mexico.
They got hurt mentally.
Elijah got hurt mentally. He's still scarred.
Every time I hear the slides when I was sleeping in the house and then it's an earthquake.
Dude, we've had so many earthquakes. They're just nothing. They're just little rumble, 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 and you're like, oh, that was an earthquake. You can't... Oh, that was a hurricane. When a hurricane tumbles over your house. Now, we have had to evacuate from fires a couple of times, but fires can happen anywhere.
Not really wildfires, though.
Whose side are you on, Elijah? Said, whose side are you on?
Their sides in that.
It rains white phosphorus. What? Haven't read Lone Star yet, so maybe this answered, but what is the significance of his mask goggles? Did you take inspiration from anything? Yeah, he is a World War II and earlier fighter pilot. That's his origin story. It's sort of like Hal Jordan before he got his powers. So he just is sort of hearkening back to the time. And it works as a, viable mask. So that's why he wears a flight helmet. Thank you for the question, by the way. Switching to roaming mail channel. Sorry on interviews. Talking about cousin marriage. What the heck? Hello, Doc Admiral March here. Hello. I hope he catches up to the chat and reads my question about Black Label skateboards. I did. Urban Austin, I did. He seems like a cool dude. Make sure you sub, Urban Austin. Make sure you sub. Let's see. Mike, would you ever sell a copy of that Black Label Mike Vallely Alive art? A copy? You mean like a photocopy? What? I don't know what you mean. Nice. Makes sense. Thank you, Captain Hiltz. Here in North County, they built a ton of new housing in the burn areas to serve as fuel for the next... Oh. I mean, or the original. I just need it in my life. Vallely Alive. Which one was that? I forgot which one the Vallely was. And unfortunately, the Alive was the full skeleton art, right? Yeah, it was Alive, then Cranium, Bomber Girls. Yeah, friggin' Lucero took those from me, man. Lucero kept the original art on the Alive series, which I was not thrilled about, but I guess that was the price of doing the business with him. So he kept the art on that series. I kept the art for I don't know what all I have, but yeah. So you're out of luck. You'd have to ask John Lucero for that one, and I don't think he's gonna give it up. You need to hit him up on Instagram. Yeah, you can give it a shot. Give it a shot, man. Do 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 do. Skeleton, he has a gun and he's running out of frame. Yeah. I'll get it back for us. Yeah, I need to gather up all those pieces into one spot so I know where they are. Internet PTSD. No earthquake until you have the one. I've been through the one. I lived in San Jose when we had the Great Bay Area earthquake of 1989. The one during the A's Giants game. I was there. That caused damage. But like I'm saying, that was 1989. That was 30 years ago. So I'm not entirely worried about earthquakes all the time. When was your last hurricane, Sketch? No fires in Louisiana. Too much rain. $3,000. Is that normal on your block? A lot of the people on my block probably have a lot older mortgages than me. I bought during the peak like an idiot. But that is roughly average rental for this area. Yeah, like my neighbors next door, both left, right, and in front of me. I think their houses might be paid off because the guy that lives to my next to me, dude, he's 91 years old. The one that lived to the other side of me, she passed away a few years ago, and she was like, oh my gosh, I don't know, she must have been near her 90s, if not already in her 90s. And so, like, her son has that house now. '89 quake. I was in San Jose then. Oh, really, Fowler? I was off on Chesbrough Avenue, off Blossom Hill Road, when the quake hit. Where were you? It's right in front of my mom's house. I was talking to somebody else who was in this area, and oh, where were you guys at? Noir. I grew up in Almaden Valley. I don't know where you guys are from, which part. And then I lived near Campbell for a while. And then I lived off of Blossom Hill Road for a while. And then I lived downtown for a while. I moved around a bit. Draw Rorschach. Dempsey Road, Burger King, across from the Target and Jack in the Box. Dempsey Road. Which part of town is that? I mean, don't feel the need to dox yourself. Let's see. I don't know if this brush is any good. Waterproof. Alright. In Campo? Oh, right on Milpitas San Jose border? Oh, okay. Milpitas. Man, I did not go to Milpitas often. Not really my stomping grounds. What time is it? 5:43? Oh, I need to wrap this up. Take a break before I have to start drawn and quartered. You slept through a tornado once? A tornado saved my uncle's life. I've told that story a few times here. I was living just outside of San Francisco in California in the summer of '89. Oof. Yeah, and the epicenter was up closer towards San Francisco, wasn't it? If I remember. That was the rockin'est, rolling'est quake I've ever been through. Tonight's drawn and quartered is Lone Star, Soul of the Soldier. So, if you're not sick of me drawing it here yet, you will be by tonight. Maybe instead of Lone Star, I'll draw Angel and everyone else will be drawing Lone Star, and then you guys can be like, hey, wait a minute. By the grace of God, my sister and I were unscathed by the tornado. My great-grandma got thrown in a Catholic schoolyard next door and broke her rib and her toe. I wouldn't mind seeing you draw Angel again. So it looks like we get some rotation in here. How many of you guys have just come in the last 20 minutes? It's a weird thing because I see a lot of the same names. I was going to say same faces, but I can't see your faces. Just like all day. All day. You guys are with me all day long. But then there's people who just pop in and out. Do you like Mad Max? I love Mad Max, Scat. I love Mad Max. Oh, trippy. Ben's retired. All right. Just message John Lucero on Instagram. I'll let you know if we ever get an answer. Yeah, tell him, you know, you shouldn't have taken Mike's art. wasn't right, man. It's not right. You don't take an artist's originals without paying him extra for them. I'm new here. What's the stream about again? We were talking about Watchmen and the deconstruction of the hero, and why we need a real American hero like Lone Star again. A real American hero. Lone Star is there. He never gives up. He'll stay till the fight's won. Lone Star is there. Lone Star. Hero you can believe in. He knows what's right and wrong. A hero you can believe in. He needs a better theme song. Good to know. Maybe in the future Mad Max could be a subject. Yeah. We were talking about that. Gosh, when were we talking about that? When were we talking about? Oh, no. That was Anna brought that up. She's like, how about Mad Max? I'm like, yeah, I love Mad Max. But I was just in the chat, not on the stream. I think that's it. I think I'm done, son. Let me give it a little bit of texture here. Needing heroes is infantile. Needing heroes is infantile until you need one. You know, when I was, I don't know, 17, 18 years old, I was at a Metallica concert. And this is around the time that Metallica started getting popular, right? Like, me and my friends had liked Metallica, loved Metallica since they were just, you know, garage band and kind of just the metalheads dug Metallica, right? And so they get all popular, and their concert, instead of being at some, you know, smaller venue, their concerts are at amphitheaters. And I think this was what were they playing? The Cow Palace or the amphitheater? I think it might have been the amphitheater. And anyways, there were, you know, as there would be at Metallica concerts, there was this mosh pits. It was so huge. The floor was so huge. There were 3 huge mosh pits going at the same time. And because they were popular, instead of just a bunch of, you know, us weirdo punks and metalheads and whatnot visiting, not visiting, but going to the concert, enjoying their music, you know, jostling about in the mosh pit, with the kind of you know, man, I don't know how to say it. It's boys will be boys, right? Like pushing each other and shoving each other, and that's what you do. You mosh. But instead, there were these jocks there, standing there on the side, punching people as they ran by, right? Just punching everybody, just people. And pretty soon, this mosh pit in the middle of a Metallica concert cleared out, and there was just this giant, gaping, empty hole in the middle of... Gosh, I'm trying to remember what song they were playing. It might have been Sandman. Anyways, I'm standing on one side of the mosh pit, and I look on the other side, and there is this huge jock, like just pounding on this, 95-pound metalhead, just being a douchebag. Not the metalhead, the jock, right? I look to my left, and everybody's just watching this happen. And I look to my right, and everybody's just watching this happen. And so I run across the big gaping hole, and I do a jump sidekick into this jock's head. And then I stand back, and I challenge him to a one-on-one. And then his friends all started beating me from behind. That kid needed a hero. And then, when he and his friends were kicking me on the ground, I needed a hero. Someone, and I don't know who, I don't even know how he managed to do it. Some hero came out of the crowd, grabbed me by the shoulders, pulled me up, and ran me into the crowd to the other side of the amphitheater. And I don't have the foggiest idea how he managed to do it, because there were 3 guys kicking and beating me on the ground. I needed a hero. Don't say that, what did you say? Needing heroes is infantile. Because sometimes everybody needs a hero. And that said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to wrap this stream up and say goodbye. It was fun. I'm done, and I'll be back in an hour for Drawn and Quartered. Don't forget, everybody needs a hero sometime. You needed help, not the same. No, Smile. I needed a hero. I needed someone who was willing to put themselves in personal harm's way to save someone they didn't know. That's a hero. Just like Lone Star. LoneStarComic.com.